For USCFootball.com, I'm Keely Eure here with running backs coach Deland McCullough. So after evaluating the film, how do you think the running backs did?
I think they did pretty good. You know, it was a good start, to the season, and it was definitely something to build on for the room and for the team. But I think, more importantly, the guys' buy-in and the anger and the velocity in which they played with, as well as the attention to detail, is something that I'm excited to see going forward.
Yeah, how would you describe your room? What are they like? Are they coachable? Are they moldable?
Yeah, it's a strong environment in there where it's a brotherhood, and I think I'm pretty easy to get along with. Definitely coach the guys up, have fun with them. But when it's time to work, we work very hard.
What did you see from Ronald Jones? He almost seemed like a more physical back. How much does adding 10 pounds contribute to that?
Well, the weight definitely contributed, to it. But I think, continuing to just fine-tune his mentality to be more physical. And that's something from the moment I got here that I was always been a staple of, my running backs. And this room, obviously being led by Ronald Jones, embraced that, and the weight was a component of it, but I think just the mentality was the next component.
Stephen Carr also had a great day. I know watching him, you kind of expected that, but as a freshman, did you expect him to have that good of a day with first game jitters and all that?
I expected he would do pretty good. The guy got great physical skill. He's a student of the game. He wanted to come out and have a great day. We talked about not pressing it and doing things out of character, but just let the game come to you, and that's what he did.
On his second touchdown, he had a move that almost looked like you took him from the drills from practice and just placed him on the field. As a coach, is it nice to see your drills kind of pay off that way?
Yeah, it was great. And we had been seeing it all camp. So again, we were out here. We did the same drills today, and he made that same. All of them made the same move, and it's good when the guys, and they've seen it a long time ago, that those drills do transfer over to 11-on-11 football, and it was good to see again, and we just keep on building on what we're doing.
Did you see anything from the film that made you want to start a new drill or invent something new?
Nah, we're going to keep doing what we do. So when we came out here today, I said we ain't going to change anything. We ain't going to rest on our laurels and say, oh, we don't need to do one thing or another. We're going to keep doing exactly what we've been doing. We'll make alterations that we need to make as we go along, but the core things that we do to get prepared for a football game, that's what we're going to do.
I know Clay and T subscribe to the theory of a balanced offense in both running and passing. Where do you fit in that whole theory?
Well, you definitely got to have that, and I know our head football coach is big on, running the ball and creating a physical presence there to open up the passing game. So needless to say, as a run guy, I'm all for that, I feel like we can't run the ball enough, at times. Even on Saturday we had some things going, and shoot, our guys was chomping at the bit to run the ball more. But we're going to go with the plan, and if the plan requires us to run it a ton, that's what we're going to do. If we don't, we don't. But we know we're always ready to play, and we're ready to run and produce when that opportunity presents itself. As
far as the running backs go for rotation, are you more go with the hot hand, or do you like to have a planned out rotation?
Well, you have a plan, and then you kind of go from there. You have your starting guy go, and then you start to supplement him as need be. You have alternative packages, different things that might exhibit some other guys. So I kind of get out there, and as the flow of the game goes on, you kind of figure it out. But you come into it with a thought, but you never could really predict how the game is going to go.
Mm-hmm. I know everyone was praising the running backs in the game, but I know as a coach you have little things that you nitpick. What did you see that needs to get improved?
Well, I want to see the guys continue to be impactful without the ball in their hands. Now, the attention to detail as far as running and footwork and body lean and all those things were on par. I liked it a lot. It was probably around 3 plays where we were just running a route that I like to see us actually run the route a little bit faster, And when we don't have the ball in our hands, rather be running down the field and maybe getting a block, I like to see us do that a little bit more. So, the big picture things look pretty good. The naked eye would see. But the guys in our room, they know. They were hitting me up the night of the game like, Coach, I could have did this or I could have did that on this play. I should have ran down the field on this or that. I could have ran a swing faster. So we'll continue working. We're never a finished product, so we're going to keep on doing what we do.
Like you said, you've been preaching physicality since you've been here. How nice is that when you come into a game like Stanford where you have to be physical, where you're not just trying to be that in the week leading up to the game?
Yeah, that's great. I don't think there's a game that being physical is not going to be of an advantage. So that's why from moment one, that's always been my mentality is. So whether it's a finesse defense or a stout defense like Stanford, you coming in there, with a blue-collar mentality, then I'm just going to bring, I'm going to bring force, I'm going to bring physicality to the game. So again, we're prepared to, we're working towards being prepared to deal with whatever they're going to bring to the table, but at the end of the day, we know our mentality and our preparation, and we're going to go in and see what happens.
For guys like Aka, Cedric Ware, and Vi, what do you need to see from them for them to get more playing time?
Them guys need to keep doing what they're doing. Those guys did nothing wrong. We got a deep room. We got a bunch of good players. And those guys understand the inherent issues with trying to get everybody out there. Just like any running back, them guys want a bunch of carries. They want to go out and help the team. And that's up to us as coaches. We continue to work on ways, whether it be rotation-wise or package-wise, to get those guys to be a part of the game, because those guys are valuable and they're going to be definitely needed.
In that sense, is it hard for you as a coach to try and to manage all that talent, or is that a good thing?
Well, you want to have a lot of talent, so it's a good problem to have, but I think that goes into the mentality of the room and the environment that you create in there, because even when you have issues like that, it don't become unmanageable. Those guys, you like today, them guys came on and worked even harder. They worked even harder, and they knew it wasn't their work ethic or anything like that that have them not get as much as they wanted, but they still came out and said the mentality of our room is we're going to work hard, we're going to be physical, we're going to do what we need to do, and we're going to continue to strive for perfection.
Has there been any talk about having Ronald Jones or Stephen Carr on special teams, or would you like to keep them just on the running back side of things?
We'll see. If they can help us, and I know they can help us in special teams. At the end of the day, that would be a decision, from the special teams coordinator, Coach Baxter. But I could see Stephen. He got a lot of skills that can pose some problems for the opponent as a special teams guy. And I would imagine Ronald too. But at this point, they don't do a whole lot on special teams. Stephen probably does more than Ronald does.
Mm-hmm. I know everybody's talking about the freshman's first game. This is also your first game. What was it like coming out of the tunnel and getting that whole Coliseum experience?
Yeah, it was great. It was fun. I was pretty locked in and just, determined to make sure that the backs went out there and performed at a high level that was able to put the team in a position to win. So at the end of the day, I was just kind of focused on those guys and making sure that they were prepared, which I felt like they were, physically and mentally, and we went out there and had, a solid day. Now we want to continue to put another solid practice, and another solid game. We just keep on, striving for what we're trying to get done.
All right, well, good luck this season.
Thank you.
With Deland McCullough, I'm Keely Eure. For more, check out uscfootball.com.